Ms. Saylor here. These are your video instructions for our assignment for this week, week 14. So let me go ahead and present my screen so I can just kind of take you step by step through how to do this week's assignment. I'll present my screen. Here is where our lesson starts, lesson 14 this week. So we're just going to play Lucy Locket by pushing this triangle here. It'll play. You can at the beat and sing along. Lucy Locket lost her pocket, Kitty Fisher found it. Not a penny was there in it, only ribbon round it. And if you're feeling squirmy, you can get up and march the beat with your feet, or clap the beat with your hands. Okay, and of course you can listen to that song until it's done, but for the purposes of making our instructions short and easy to watch, we're going to move on. So I'm going to go down to this yellow arrow and click next. And then we get to move the pocket. So drag the pocket to match the way the words go. And we know the way the words go, boys and girls, is called, you should have said, the rhythm, right? And the steady beat is the pulse that does not change, which is shown by the hearts, okay? So if you need to listen to it again, you can play it.
Lucy Locket lost her pocket, Kitty Fisher found it.
Okay, and then you want to just drag the pockets based on what the sound for each beat sounds like. So if there are 2 sounds for each beat, you would drag this one. There's 1 sound for each beat, you would drag this one. So let's do the first one together. What do you think Lucy is? Is it 2 syllables or sounds, or is it 1 syllable or sound? So if you said 2 syllables, you are correct. So you just click this with your mouse, hang on to it and hold on to it, drag it over and drop it when you're done, okay? So you have a little mouse pad on yours, so you would just click it and then drag it with your mouse pad and not let go of your mouse pad when you're done dragging it, okay? So once you have dragged everything over, this will turn, let's see, this will turn a different color. And this is not something you turn in. This is just something for you to practice writing rhythms with. Okay. So then you can click check. If all the pockets turn green, that means you have it right. Okay. All right. So then we go down to our yellow arrow and we click next. In music, we call the patterns of long and short sounds you can click here, rhythm. Okay. Here's a blue arrow, meaning there's more on this screen to look at. Okay, and then they show you kind of the answer for Lucy Locket. Tap the rhythm in your hands to match the pockets. Okay, so you can practice both your beat and your rhythm. Okay, so the way that we practice the beat, pat on your knees. Beat, beat, pat, pat, beat, beat, pat, beat. Okay, then you can clap the rhythm. So you can play it again and clap the rhythm, which is the pockets on the top. Okay, and then there's a blue arrow, so that means there's more. Okay, and now we can sort of start getting away from the pictures and just look at what it might start looking like as a rhythm that we write. Okay, so they kind of just put these little dashes here. Okay, so this is the short sound on one beat. And this is the long sound on one beat. So you can practice looking at those dashes and do it again. Clap your rhythm. Oh, and they don't go to the next one. But that basically just did the first phrase for you, okay? All right, so there's no more blue arrow here. That means we can go down to the yellow arrow and click next again. Here is Doggy Doggy, Where's Your Bone? Okay, so this is another fun song that we have. So you can click here to play the song, pat, clap, march, snap, however you want to keep your steady beat while you are singing. And I'm going to stand up and march, so I feel like moving around a little bit. doggy, where's your bone? Someone stole it from my home. Who has the bone? I have the bone. If you feel like it, you could even do a little dance in here. Doggy, doggy, where's your bone? Someone stole it from my home. Who has the bone? Okay, and of course we can listen to that until it's finished. Dance, pat the beat, or whatever you want to do while you're singing. Then we go down to the yellow arrow and we click next again. Now we have to do the same thing for Doggy Doggy that we did for Lucy Locket. And we have done this before, so this is just a review. But remember, the broken bone is for one beat, but it shows that there are two sounds on one beat, okay? The whole bone shows that there is one sound on one beat, okay? So either short, short, or long, right? So what do you think the first word is? Doggy. Is it two broken bones or is it one whole bone? Says two broken bones, you are correct. Okay. So just like Lucy Locket, we're going to use our mouse and we're going to drag the correct bones. Okay. Again, this is not something you have to turn in. This is just practice. Before you go to the next page, you can click check. And if they turn green, it means you got them all right. Okay. If they turn red, that means you have to fix one of them. Then I go to my blue arrow because I have the rest of the song. Who has the bone? I have the bone. And if you need to listen to it before you write it.
Who has the bone? I have the bone.
You can listen to it by clicking play there before you write it. Okay. So then I do this one and then I click check again. Okay. Once you've done that and you got it right, you can click the arrow to go on. Introducing quarter note and eighth note. So this is what we call the rhythms. And this says click the boxes to reveal the notation. So notation in music is the way that we write the rhythm. So we've been using pictures and we've been using movements and we've been using these things. And now we're ready to see the actual rhythms and kind of remember what they sound like. Okay. So here's our one long sound that we showed with the dash in Doggy Doggy. And we call that a quarter note or ta. Okay. And we have two short sounds, short, short. And that's on one beat. And we call that eighth notes or a ti. Okay. So this one is ta and this one is ti. So when you see those, that's how you say those rhythms in music. And these are the actual notations that musicians and composers use. Okay. So they're showing you this is how they did with the bones with Doggy Doggy. Ba 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 da 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 da. That's the way the words go. Doggy Doggy, where's your bone? Someone stole it from my home. And if you click the blue arrow, it shows the notation. Now, these are also TTs. They're just separated, okay? They just have flags. They mean the exact same thing as these TTs. You will probably see this one a lot more often, so we'll go on this one, okay? So I want you to try to clap the actual rhythm, okay, now, and you can try it with me. 1, 2, ready, and go. T, 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 ta. T, 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 ta. Very good. Now, when you read music, it's just like reading words. We go left to right, and when we get to the end, we shoot our eyes down to the next line, okay? So when you read music, you have to do that because music is timed. So if you don't read it fast enough, you can be late, okay? So that's kind of something that you have to think of as you're getting towards the end to get ready to go to that next line. Okay, and we click the blue arrow. There's more to see. And they're kind of just showing you stick notation. This is a different way to write notes, okay? So you might see me write them this way, or you might see me write them this way, okay? They mean the same thing, okay? Okay, so that's all there is to see there. We're going to click our yellow arrow to go next. Now, this is the Sound and Rests animated song because we also learned about another rhythm, which was a rest or a shh. And when we did our movements, we held our hands out and we said shh, and we froze our body, right? So this is a beat of silence in music, okay? It still takes up a beat, but it does not make up sound. we put a shush there for now because it's really, really hard to have something there but have something not there. So we do a shush for a while. Then when we get older, we can take the shush away because we've gotten used to the idea of it. But for right now, we put shushes in there. So you can click play to listen to this song. And it's sort of like bingo. It takes letters away each time the song goes through. That word is silence. That's the quarter rest or a shush. And this is what it looks like. A Z with a C hooked to it. Or kind of like a Z. There it is. There's the shush. Now they're going to take away a letter and put a rest there. Shh. I-L-E-N-C-E. Shh. Okay. So this song will get you used to using those rests in music and getting used to what they look like. So again, this one is called a shh, and it takes up a beat of silence. Okay. So once you're done listening to that song and saying those shushes along with it, you can click your yellow arrow. And this just kind of shows you another way in stick notation that we might write our rest. So we just write it kind of like a Z, and Z equals rest. And sometimes when we go to sleep, we can say getting our Z's, because some people think that snoring sounds like Z's. You can play this and think, do I agree? Does it sound like Z's? Kind of just sounds like a pig to me. I don't know. So shh, 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 shh. That's what it would sound like if we had a full measure of quarter rests or shushes. Okay, so you can just kind of look at that and look at this and look at that and realize that's the way that the rest looks like. So there are 3 rhythms we want to know, and one is ta. Let me go back and show you. No, it's on this one. So one is ta, takes up 1 beat, 1 sound. One is ti, 2 sounds, 1 beat. And then we also have our shh that we just showed. Okay, that lasts for a beat, but it's a beat of silence. So those 3 rhythms are what we're going to be working with a lot in kindergarten and first grade. So I want you guys to recognize them and be able to use them. So that's why we've kind of spent a few lessons on this, because it takes a while to understand them. Okay, so then you can go to your next arrow. And this is where you get to make your own pattern. So, of course, the one on 1 beat that has 2 dots is ti, ti. And the one on 1 beat that has 1 dot is a ta. And, of course, this is our sh that we just showed. Okay. So you can create patterns. And this is a measure of 4 beats. A measure separated by a bar line is a chunk of a musical sentence. Okay. So you have 2 measures here and 2 measures here. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to drag that here. I'm going to make a fun rhythm. I'm going to put some shushes in there too. You can make it whatever you want. And again, this doesn't have to be turned in. This is just to get you experience with doing rhythm and creating your own rhythms. Okay. So it shows an A section and a B section. Usually music will go back and forth between those 2 sections, and it's called form. Okay, so I'm going to make my B section different than my A section. Okay. Now here's the cool thing. I can flip them, okay, if I want to see the actual notation, or I can keep them like this if I'm more comfortable seeing it like this. So I'm going to flip all, and it says the words for what we've learned. Okay. So here's track 1. Now we can clap and say to this groove at ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, sh, ta, ti, 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 ti. Next line, ta, 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 and sh, 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 ta. Okay. Then you can stop that one and try the other one. Ready? And ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, sh, ta, ti, 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 ti. Next line, ta, 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 sh, sh, sh. And back to the beginning, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta, 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 and sh, sh, sh. Okay, and you can do that as many times as you want. Get tons of practice. really, really know these syllables really well. Okay, then you can hit reset if you want to try to do it again. Okay, and then click our yellow arrow for next. And we have our quiz. Okay, and this is what has to get turned in so that I know you did the assignment. Okay, so I'm going to click start. What is the pulse that does not change? Rhythm, steady beat, music, John. So think about it. I'm going to answer it real quick. After I answer it, I'm going to click up here to go to the next question, not down below. This goes to the next question. Okay. I'll click and it should tell you if you're right or not. Select the rhythm syllables, that means our tas or our TTs, that go with this audio. That means the recording. So we play the recording. All right, so is that ta, 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 ti, ti, or is it ta, ti, ti, ta, ta? So which one is it? And you can pick your answer and go to next question. Now this shows pictures, okay? Ba, 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 da, da. That's what the pictures show, okay? 2 sounds on one beat, 2 sounds on one beat, 1 sound on one beat, 1 sound on one beat. Select the rhythm syllables that go with this graphic. Ta, 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 or ti, 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 ta, ta. Okay. And you pick your answer and we go to next. Which pattern of notes and rests is heard? Okay, so here you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but this one is da, 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 da. And this one is da, da, da. So which one did you hear? Okay, and so that includes our quarter rest in there. And then after that, you click the blue next arrow. Then when you're finished, it'll say great job. And it should say submit here. I don't think it says submit for me because it's not assigned to you guys yet. But usually there's a submit button and you click it and then it'll show up on your assignment page as green that you did it. Okay. All right, so that is our assignment for this week, and I hope this helps. Let me stop presenting. Okay, so I hope this helps for you guys, this assignment this week, and it will be due next Friday. Yes, the 15th. So this assignment will be due January 15th. Bye, guys. See you later.